All right, we are here for our third Six Personal Perspectives. My friend, Natasha Tello, how are you?
I am fantastic, Brett.
Well, this is exciting because we're going to tackle what's called going from E to P. And this is one of those fun Kellerisms that if you're not on the inside, you probably go, what on earth is E to P? So, Natasha, what on earth is E to P?
Well, the E stands for entrepreneurial, right? It's what we do, what comes naturally to us. The P stands for purposeful. It's what models and systems and tools can we implement that help us break through our ceilings, our natural gifted ceilings, right? As
Sure.
entrepreneurs. And every one of us has a different ceiling.
Absolutely. This was explained to me in the very beginning of like, everybody shows up with, at the time they call it God gift basket of talent, natural ability, right? Like our talents that we bring to the table. And they take us so far. And some people have higher ceilings around their natural gifts than others. But the reality is, no matter who you are, you hit a ceiling of achievement around your natural abilities, and that becomes very disappointing. It becomes very frustrating. It causes a little bit of a resignation. You bounce off these ceilings and you don't even recognize right away that it's happening, but you become frustrated. And the challenge is, how do we blow through these ceilings to get us where we want to go, right? And typically that purposefulness, my understanding is it's really a model, a system, a tool, or a who, right? That helps us blow through those ceilings. Yet we live in a company that's thrives in models and systems and thrives in technology, and then certainly teaches the concept of how to be in business with talent. So we're setting people up to engage in this all day long, right?
Well, I think, we all wear bracelets, right? Where entrepreneurs thrive. And
Yeah.
so we are a company filled with entrepreneurs. And so what we need to recognize as entrepreneurs is that we will, at some point in time, hit a ceiling. We need to, in advance, recognize that that's going to happen to us. And rather than feeling, disappointed or resignation, and then start looking for greener pastures, like, oh, this industry doesn't work, or this company doesn't work, or this office doesn't work. It's none of that. We need to look internally and go, what am I missing? Because it's none of the external factors. It's something from within. And that within is seeking that model, that system, that tool, or that person to help us break through that ceiling. But knowing it in advance, it's almost like it's like a movie and you know it's going to happen. It's a scene in the future. You just don't know how far in the future that scene shows up. And it happens to all of us.
This is part of that 10,000 hour journey, right? Like we're going to hit ceilings of achievement on that journey. Yet we like to all believe there's just talented people out there in the world. And if you think about like an athlete or somebody that goes to the Olympics, they probably show up pretty talented to begin with. But even the most talented people in the world have to fall into some kind of model system, a coach, a trainer, to get to that level of success, because it doesn't happen naturally. It's an arduous journey, but a very rewarding journey. You made mention, it's kind of the difference between being an amateur and a professional. Tell me more.
100%. Yeah. So like amateurs would be equivalent to the E, right? So when an amateur achieves something, they kind of feel like they're done, right? Where a professional understands they're always growing, they're always learning, there's always a next level, right? As the professional. So that's like being the purposeful. There's always going to be a new ceiling, a next level to get to.
I love it. Well, let's hear from our special guest around E to P.
Hi, Sajid Patel. Wanted to talk to you about moving from E to P, moving from entrepreneurial to purposeful. And I want you to think about being entrepreneurial as you're kind of winging it. You're not really following a system or a model, and you just kind of do it haphazardly. Think about when you first got into real estate. Were you intentional about adding people to your database? Or were you writing people down on a sticky note or in a notebook, or they were just going into your cell phone? Where you weren't actually purposeful around feeding your database every single day, and systematically communicating to it. Now, I want you to think back on another example is ask yourself this question. Financially, are you where you want to be in life? And if the answer is no, then where are you not being purposeful in your day-to-day activities that would allow you to be where you want to be financially? And we have a tendency to overcomplicate it because we're entrepreneurial. We don't follow systems and models, and we wing it every day. So where do you need systems and models? Where do you need to be purposeful? And then layer in accountability such that you can achieve the results that you want. Moving from E to P is not about being more complicated or making it, overthinking it. It's actually simplifying it and saying, what's the 20% that I really need to focus in on, such that when I do focus in on it, I get the results that I want. And it allows you to hold yourself accountable to installing systems and models to get the results that you want.
All right. Well, that was exciting. What'd you hear inside of that?
I think I heard that amateurs focus, professionals focus on where their weaknesses are and recognize that they're going to show up and have people, systems, and tools around to support them on that growth to break through.
I love it. Here's your 2 questions to answer in the room today and discuss. Question number 1 is, what area of your life are you operating in E or being an entrepreneur around that you know you need to break through that ceiling? But better yet, how do you recognize you have a ceiling or where that ceiling is?
Great question. Number 2, is there a system, model, tool, or a who that you know that you need to put into a 90-day action plan? You know there's something you need to break through on. What is it, and who or what do you need to break through?
I love it. This is one of my favorites. Go get them. We will see you next week. Have a good one.
Have a great one.